The world is constantly evolving and changing, whether through technology, wealth, or innovation. Cities should also evolve and change with the world. There are ways to make cities more enjoyable and habitable for everyone. What makes an ideal city is one that is contained yet dense, with a clear center and edge, has a focus on walkability, has a balance of order and variety, and has engagement, cultural preservation, and public spaces for its residents. When considering an ideal city, one should think about the balance between order and variety in its buildings. People tend to desire order through symmetry, repetition, and a landscape that fits within a context. Without this, there can be chaos. Take this contemporary 3-story house in Germany that fits within the context of the other homes within the area. And then boom, this is placed next to it. It causes a sense of wrongness for the viewer that Frank Gehry's Martha Herford Art Museum was placed next to this home. These kinds of actions in cities can create a jumbled mess that will lead to an unattractive, unorganized city. Order can give a city longevity and beauty. Take, for example, the beauty of Paris. It contains similarly ornate and decorative buildings at the same scale that fit within their context, with only a few strategically placed buildings breaking that context. Order is good, but too much order can be detrimental to a city as well. Excessive order in a city can cause it to become boring and monotonous. For example, some of the architecture built during the Soviet Union seems like it is copied and pasted, as seen in Moscow, Russia. This leads to an expressionless drab city with a lack of creative expression and freedom. To promote a sense of community, care should be taken to have places to engage and bring citizens together. As seen in downtown Fargo, mixed-use buildings that are built to line with large storefront windows can promote interaction and commerce. Public art that is integrated into Fargo encourages interaction and support from the local community. Rome shows how town squares can also provide engagement. A square can be intimate and enclosed to feel like a backyard of a home, but large enough to be more engaging. These squares can house restaurants, open markets, or even simply places to sit. Like a square, a green space allows people to gather and experience nature within their city and neighborhoods. London's 8 royal parks dispersed throughout the city show the benefits of having ample green space for residents, with space to lounge in, play in, and admire. Edinburgh shows how a city should be sparse enough that its citizens should not feel overcrowded, yet dense enough to offer the same amenities and city feel. Building upwards with consistent mixed-use options would aid in this priority. Large and important structures would be kept in the center of the city to promote a sense of unity and a gathering place. Edinburgh illustrates this through one of its streets, which is known as the Royal Mile. It has engaging restaurants, museums, and places of cultural significance to unite the community. The Royal Mile contains attractions such as the Real Mary King's Close, the Scottish Storytelling Centre, and St. Giles Cathedral, and ends with the monumental Edinburgh Castle. The ideal city should also have a natural edge so that expansion does not result in an endless sprawl. Directly north of Edinburgh is the North Sea, and encircling the city is a large road called the City of Edinburgh Bypass, which prevents any more expansion. These natural edges also allow nature to be easily accessible to residents. Just outside of Edinburgh lies Pentland Hills Regional Park, a vast area with many hiking and nature opportunities that feels as though it's miles away from the city but is but 5 minutes from the outskirts of town. The ideal city should also care about ease of access. An emphasis on walkability is important for human relationships, health, and enjoyment. For quick transportation, a well-connected underground public subway could be utilized. Above ground, only a few main boulevards will be used, with large and protected sidewalks in most of the city. This will minimize car use and promote the health of citizens while still allowing the freedom to travel in cars and to get to places outside of the city. A center and edge, walkability, order and variety, and engagement in public spaces are just a few ideas and solutions that could make the city ideal and a desirable place to live. Thanks for watching and smash that like button. Snoop out.